Hello and welcome back. Learning goals for today is I can use the distributive property to write equivalent expressions. To simplify or expand an expression using the distributive property, multiply the quantity in front of the parentheses by each term inside the parentheses. So we're going to look and I'm going to show you two different methods of how to do this. So one method is we're just going to take A and multiply it by B. So that would be AB. And then we're going to take A and multiply it by C. And that's AC. And there is a plus sign. And AC is positive. So we would have plus AC. The other way we can do it is the box method. So you're going to put the A in front of the box, and then you can put the B and the C on top. They're both positive because they don't have negative signs. So you would have, it's like a multiplication chart. So A times B is AB. A times C is AC. And they're both positive, so it would be AB plus AC. Same thing with a minus C or negative C. I'm going to multiply the A by every term in the parentheses. So I have AB and AC. And it would be minus because A times a negative C would be negative. So it's AB minus AC. And we can also use the box method here. So we would have A out front, B on the top. And here this minus sign goes with this C. So we have AB, A times B, and then negative AC because the C is negative. So I can just bring that down, AB minus AC. Simplify each expression. So I will start the first way. So when we multiply with variables, we multiply the numbers. So 5 times 6, and then we multiply the variables. There's only one variable. So 5 times 6 is 30. And it's 6x, so it would be 30x. And then I take 5 times 3 is 15. They are positive, so it's 30x plus 15. If I was going to use the box method, I'm going to put the 5 out in front, 6x on top, and 3. So just like before, 6x times 5 is 30x. 3 times 5 is 15. I can pull those down. They are separated by an addition sign. So it would be plus 15. Example 2. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4y. 4 times 3 is 12. And we have the y. Box method once again. So 3 times x, 3x, just like a multiplication chart again. 3 times 4 is 12, and it's 4y, so it'll be 12y. They are positive, so it would be a plus sign. So this one has 3 terms, but we're going to do the same thing. So you take the 2 and you multiply it by every term. So 2 times 8h is 2 times 8 is 16. And we have the h. 2 times j, and that is positive. So plus 2j. And then 2 times the sign in front of it goes with it, negative 3k. So it would be minus 6k. This is where that box method becomes helpful. Here we're going to have 3 boxes because we have 3 terms. We learned about terms the other day. So we have 8h, j, and then that negative 3k. So this would be 16h, 2j, and negative 6k. So I bring those down just the way they are. 16h, the 2j is positive, and the 6k is negative, so it would be minus 6k. Factoring. So this is just the opposite. Opposite of distributing is factoring, and we did this with GCF. So now we're just going to do it with variables, but we're still going to use the GCF, so it's something we already know. A factor is a number that is multiplied by another number to get a product. To factor an expression, find the greatest common factor and rewrite the expression as the product of that factor and what is left when you divide each term by that factor. So we're going to factor the expression. So it said to find the GCF. So we're going to take the numbers. So we need the GCF of 8x and 32. So what's different here about what we've done before is there's an x. However, there's only an x in one spot. So I can see that 8 is a factor of 32, so I'm going to do 8. And then I say, well, 8 times what equals 8x, and I'm left with x. And then 32 divided by 8 is 4. I cannot factor anything out of x and 4. So 8 is my GCF, so that goes out front. And then I bring everything else, and that's what's inside the parentheses. Now we can go backwards. So let's go backwards real quick and show that we end up with what we started with. So if I did 8 times x, that's 8x. 8 times 4 is 32, and it's plus. So we end up, we're just changing forms here. We end up back with what we started. All right, 7g plus 7. So we are going to factor, find the GCF of 7g and 7. So I can see I can factor 7 out of both of those. And 7 times g equals 7g. And 7 times 1 equals g. So my GCF, which is 7, goes in front. And then I have what's left, which is g plus 1. Factor each expression. So 8m minus 20n. So I have 8m and it's actually a negative 20n. So what can come out of those? So let's try 4. 4 times what equals 8m? That would be 2m. And 4 times a negative 5n would equal 20n. So I cannot factor anything out of 2m in negative 5n. So my GCF is going to go in front. And then what is left, including the negative sign, will go in the parentheses. Okay, you try it. Complete the 6 you try it questions and make sure you show all your work. And we will look at those in class the next time we see each other.